Straight to the top focus at this hour, viewers. So, is there a discord within the BJP in Tripura? Are there elements within the government that are working against Chief Minister Manik Saha? Well, the recent arson and violence at Ranir Bazar in West Tripura has raised several questions as it took place just after the devastating floods in the state. Speaking exclusively to Northeast Live, Tipra Motha founder and Royal Scion Pradyut Debbarma made a big statement. Listen in.
In both the cases, in Gandachara and the present recent incident in Ranir Bazar also, we saw that there was the government was to some extent aware of it, that something untoward may happen. That is why in both the cases we have seen the prohibitory orders were there. And after the incident took place, and both the communities, be the tribal non-repeal in the case of Gandatuisa and here the religious minority and the majority Hindus, in both the cases, are you satisfied with the role of the police? Even you were targeted sometime we saw in front of police also.
What can the police do? The police is just has to follow instructions of the government, and I know, and I've spoken to the Chief Minister many times, and there may be elements within the government which want to destabilize and hurt the image of the Chief Minister. So the Chief Minister also has his own challenges. Having said that, the Chief Minister should take strong steps, because the general public don't know. And when communal incidents take place like this, then it is better for the Chief Minister to be a Chief Minister for all. Whether it's a tribal, it's a non-tribal, whether it's a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, you're a Chief Minister of the whole of Tripura. And so there is a section of society which wants to portray the person on top as a person who is siding with one community over another, which I don't think is the case. But then the Chief Minister will have to take proactive steps to make sure what I know is portrayed to the people as well.
Are you suggesting that the Chief Minister, also being the Home Minister, when he wants his image and his acts to speak about his image, there are elements, those who want to put him in a weaker way, or show him portrayed as a weak administrator?
Everybody wants top post, let me say that.
So can we conclude that's inner fight also?
As I said, I'm not a contender for the Chief Minister's post, but everyone who is a contender for the Chief Minister's post wants a top position.
So, Pradyut Debbarma there stating that there may be elements within the government that may want to destabilize Chief Minister Manik Saha. However, Debbarma recommends that despite the challenges, the Chief Minister has to rise to the occasion without fail. Well, significantly, Debbarma also added that the recent violence in Ranir Bazar is politically motivated and could be part of a larger conspiracy. Meanwhile, in a significant revelation, Debbarma hinted at a major development related to the Tipra Accord set to take place in Delhi on September 5th. While he did not provide specific details without naming anyone, Debbarma suggested that the remaining members of the banned militant group NLFT are expected to surrender, a move in which Tipra Motha has played a crucial role.
Seen recently the BJP alliance partner, other than you, they have gone to Delhi and they have raised for a separate state issue again. And you have also spoken with the Home Minister and on other issues, and that Tiprasa Accord. So what is the latest development? What is the latest information on that?
I think on the 5th you'll get a big news of something happening in Delhi in regard to bringing in long-term peace, and we want to, and after that the talks will commence. But let something happen the next few days, which I'm sure the Home Ministry itself will notify everyone. Behind the scenes we have worked very hard to bring normalcy, to end insurgency. After that, all stakeholders including Tipra Motha will get into this Tiprasa Accord talks. Having said IPFT's demand for Tipra land, it is also my demand for Greater Tipra land, and I have never given up my demand for Greater Tipra land. It is there, it will remain. If I don't get it, tomorrow somebody else will get it. If not tomorrow, after 5 years, after 10 years. But as long as the Constitution of India says that you have a right to ask under Article 2 and 3, a separate state, we will ask. That is our way of articulating our unhappiness with the union government. Let the union government come up with a concrete suggestion that we don't ask that. But till the time they don't come and give us something concrete, we have every right within the constitution to ask for a Greater Tipra land, and I will ask that.
All right, to know more, I'm being joined live with my colleague Pinaki Das from Agartala. So Pinaki, Pradyut Debbarma has made a very big statement today, something that can raise a few eyebrows in the BJP camp, isn't it?
Exactly. When Pradyut Debbarma is in the government and his party is part of the government, he's saying, had it been the opposition, we could have said there's something behind it, politically motivated. But when someone from the government, part of the government, raises such issues, it really speaks there's something truth behind it, because Pradyut had clearly said he is not in contender for the chief minister, and all is not well in the BJP Tipra Motha alliance and not in the BJP also. What Pradyut Kishore had clearly mentioned, that there are certain elements who are trying to destabilize the government or defame the image of the chief minister. His portrait is being he's being portrayed as a administrator who is not that strong, which is not good for the government, and he has hinted the chief minister should do something concrete so that can be washed away, and his actual portrait, actual image should come to the public who are not known about what is actually happening inside the party or inside the government. Especially he has mentioned about the recent development, two of the communal violence, one tribal, non-tribal, and another recently the minority and the majority, which he sees there's a conspiracy behind, and that is not from the opposition, rather from people within the government trying to defame this government of BJP, Tipra Motha and other alliance run by Dr. Manik Shah, that does not speak well when a leader like Pradyut Kishore Debbarma, who does not believe in communal violence and hatred politics, he says that there are people within the government trying to defame the chief minister, destabilize the government. It really has some big merit behind it, and which the chief minister should also look into.
So Pinaki, clearly Chief Minister Manik Saha was not happy with the Rani Bazaar violence and arson, and we can see that the allied Tipra Motha too was disturbed by it.
See, the chief minister has always been saying he is against any type of violence. It's not about the Rani Bazaar or the Ganda Tuisa incident, where he himself being the chief minister and the home minister, the question rises about the role of the police. Every time we find the role of the police have not been what it should be. That is where the opposition has also been targeting this government. Though the opposition had also appreciated that violence have come reduced in Tripura, but it has not ended. Even during the last election, that is the Panchayat election, when the nomination filing was going on, we have seen at least 2 deaths in this election, which does not speak well. Tripura have a history of violence, political violence particularly, communal violence we have seen in past, insurgency, but normalcy was returning to Tripura. Insurgency is almost over except a section of the NLFT, but political violence is still continuing despite the BJP government had promised to bring an end to the violence, that is political violence, which they allege is that they have inherent from the left regime. But 6 years is a big time when this should have come to an end. but that is still continuing, and that is a big question and a challenge for the government, and particularly a administrator like Dr. Manik Shah, when he says he is against any type of violence, especially political and communal, which Tripura should have stopped long back, but it is still continuing a challenge for him.
Pinaki, Pradip Debbarma was also talking about a big development related to the Triparasa Accord on September 5th. So, what is he hinting at?
We can clearly understand he is hinting at the left NLFT section of insurgent, that is a banned group which is still operative. Though they may not be that effective right now, but a small fringe element can also destabilize. They may do some incident which may stop the flow of money coming, particularly the investment those were gradually coming towards Tripura, because if there is no peace and tranquility, investment will not come from outside. That is very important. We have often seen small incidents taking place, though in the recent past there has been no insurgency in Tripura, and keeping the present scenario in Bangladesh, which has changed in last few days, we hope if the NLFT section does surrender, it will be a big development that way, because the present government, what will be in Bangladesh, what will be their role, because in earlier government we had seen during the Sheikh Hasina that she had promised that her Bangladesh territory will not be allowed to for any type of terrorist or insurgency activities. When Northeast had insurgents have their camps in across the border in Bangladesh and other neighboring nations, if Bangladesh territory cannot be allowed, particularly in case of Tripura, it will be a big factor, because if now the scenario change, insurgency may again grow, because it depends on the willingness of the government on the other side, in which India directly does not have any control. In that case, if the NLFT insurgents come back to normal life, it is a good for all the insurgents as well as for the development of the state.
Right, Pinaki Das, thank you so much for all those details.
States at your fingertips, the real voice of the region. Watch Northeast Live, your station, your voice.
হাত ধুই আহোঁ ৰবা চাবোনৰ ঠাইত হেণ্ড ৱাছ মোহনৰ প্ৰমোচন হৈ গ'ল নেকি
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ তো আমার সদায় চলে
মাত্ৰ 10 টকাতে 200 ml হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ বনাওক স্যাভলন পাউডাৰ টু জেল হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ জনছৰ প্ৰবসাই মান বঢ়ায় আরে সেলফি পয়েন্ট পোলা আকৌ তালৈকে যাও
মা প্ৰথমে এইটো
Himalaya Purifying Neem Face Wash, Pimple or Original Solution. Koru Pack, কেৱল 15 টকাত.
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m.
States at your fingertips, the real voice of the region. Watch Northeast Live, your station, your voice.
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m.
8 states at your fingertips. The real voice of the region. Watch Notice Live. Your station, your voice.
News to keep you ahead.
And now on to the big story from Assam. The practice of Friday namaz break has become a thing of the past in the State Assembly. For the first time in the history of the House, the 2-hour Jummah namaz break has been done away within the State Assembly. An official statement circulated in the House said the Rules Committee of the Assembly had unanimously agreed to drop the practice. Accordingly, the House adopted a motion to amend the rules so as to provide for sitting of the House for conduct of its proceedings on Fridays like any other day.
আজি বিধানসভাত এটা ঐতিহাসিক সিদ্ধান্ত হৈছে ইতিমধ্যে এই সিদ্ধান্ত বিধানসভাত গৃহীত হৈছে আৰু ইয়াক আপোনালোকক জনাব বিচাৰিছোঁ যে পূৰ্বতে বিধানসভাৰ যি আমাৰ সময় আছিল শুক্ৰবাৰে প্ৰত্যেক দিনাই নামাজ পঢ়িবৰ কাৰণে এটা সময় বন্ধ দিয়া হৈছিল 12 বজাৰ পৰা 2 বজালৈকে বন্ধ দিয়া হৈছিল আৰু সোমবাৰৰ পৰা শুক্ৰবাৰলৈকে বৃহস্পতিবাৰলৈকে 9:30 বিধানসভা আৰম্ভ হৈছিল আৰু শুক্ৰবাৰে 9টাত আৰম্ভ হৈছিল এতিয়া বিধানসভাৰ যে কাৰ্যপালিকা rule and procedure and of conduct Assam Legislative Assembly যি rule 11 তাক সংশোধন কৰা হৈছে আৰু এতিয়াৰ পৰা শুক্ৰবাৰে দিনটো যেটো দিনত নামাজ পঢ়িবৰ কাৰণে 2 ঘণ্টা বন্ধ দিয়া হৈছিল সেই বন্ধ নাথাকিব এতিয়া কন্টিনিউ হ'ব মূলত অধ্যক্ষ ডাঙৰীয়াৰ নেতৃত্বত লোৱা এই সিদ্ধান্তক আমি স্বাগতম জনাইছো সৈয়দ সাদুল্লাহ দিনৰে পৰা ব্ৰিটিছৰ দিনৰে পৰা এই সিদ্ধান্ত অব্যাহত আছিল
Well, taking to X following the move, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma said that by doing away with the 2-hour Jummah break, the Assam Assembly had prioritized productivity and shed another vestige of colonial baggage. He added that the practice was introduced by Muslim League's Sayyid Sadullah in 1937. Meanwhile, Muslim MLAs of both AIUDF and Congress objected to the move, stating Assam is the second state with highest number of Muslim legislators after Jammu and Kashmir, and the rule for namaz break has been prevalent in Assam Assembly since 1937.
Now the BJP government is going to eradicate the rules from the conduct of business State Assembly of Assam, so that and they are demanding that the business of Friday should be as usual as other days and there should not be any break for Jummah prayer, but it is a compulsory duty for all the Muslims to perform Jummah prayer, and the number of Muslim MLAs in the state of Assam is right now 28, sometimes it becomes 31 to 32 out of 126 MLA. So if all the MLAs, Muslim MLAs go out of the house to perform Jummah prayer, and then the general business of the house will be affected.
All right, Arindam Das joins me live at this point in time. So, Arindam, quite an assembly session it was. We saw the passage of compulsory registration of Muslim marriage and divorce bill, the Assam Land and Revenue Regulation Second Amendment bill that restricts land transactions within a 5-kilometer radius of iconic structures and heritage sites which are over 250 years old to residents who have lived there for at least 3 generations. And now on the last day of the assembly session, a motion was moved to abolish the Friday namaz break. Your take on this, Arindam?
That's right, Priya. Today is a Friday and today is going to be the last Friday in the history of Assam Assembly when there was a break given from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and it was considered to be a break for namaz. during the Friday Jummah prayers. So today is going to be the last day. From the next assembly session, there is not going to be any break which will be there for namaz separately on Friday. So this was taken by the rule committee of Assam Legislative Assembly, which consisted of members of all the parties, which included members of AIODF and Congress also. So it was unanimously, or by most of the legislatures, it was decided that the system must be done away with right now, which was prevalent from 1937. And right now Assam is probably the only state after J&K where this system is prevalent across India. No other state in India such a system is prevalent in their assembly. So today, as I have said, is the last day, last Friday, when there was a break for 2 hours from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. For namaz, and from the next session there is not going to be such a 2-hour break from 12 to 2 p.m. So right now there is a reaction coming in from the opposition parties who are not happy with this decision. In fact, they had said that since Assam is the second state in the country having the maximum number of legislatures who are Muslim other than J&K, so the practice of offering namaz or the break given for namaz should have been considered in the case of Assam, but that hasn't been done. In fact, the ruling party has welcomed this move. In fact, I have talked to the deputy speaker also, Dr. Numul Momin. He has welcomed this move and he has stated that it's a great decision in a secular country like India. So as you have mentioned, that this autumn session, which concluded just half an hour back, was quite eventful. We have seen a lot of bills, important bills passed in this assembly session, which include one, of course, was the language bill, in which Manipuri language has been made associate official language in 4 districts of Assam, that's Barak Valley and Hojai district. Apart from that, the Assam Compulsory Muslim Marriages and Divorces Registration Act 2024, that is going to be a historic act, which will be become an act, because right now it's been passed in the assembly. So it's a bill right now, but it has been sent to the governor's approval. When the governor signs on it, it will become an act. Apart from that, as you have mentioned, that for the protection of the iconic structures, the historic structures in Assam, like the Sotros, there is a bill which prohibits the sale of land or purchase of land within a 5-kilometer radius of iconic structures which are religious in nature, which are more than 250 years old. So this is another big bill which was passed in the assembly. So quite an eventful session this has been, and today also, as there was a lot of commotion regarding the abolition or the done away with the namaz system here in Assam Assembly. So that is also another big decision that has come up in Assam Assembly. So the autumn session of Assam Assembly concluded a short while ago, about half an hour back, and it was quite eventful with a lot of important bills passed in this assembly session.
Right, Arindam Das, thank you so much for all those details.